All right, we're back at it. Another car video, unfortunately. Something came up. I have to drive now. And I actually don't know the way, so I have to use my directions. So hopefully the audio is okay with it going through the car and not just my phone. But today's a psychology video anyways, so it's okay. Tomorrow will be on the charts. Tomorrow we're getting into the first set of confluences, which I'm actually really excited about because you guys should too, because we learned liquidity and that is the most important concept. And now tomorrow we're gonna learn our first kind of actual set of confluences, which is a fair value gap. So tomorrow is on fair value gaps. Look forward to that. It's a good one. All right, you'll be using those every single day. But first, psychology. That's what today's lesson is on. And, well, I was trying to decide what to make today's on. And I chose to do consistency. Consistency is different than discipline. Okay? Discipline is being able to do the hard things even when you don't want to. Consistency is doing something repetitively. What we're trying to build is discipline and consistency, where we are trying to be consistent with our discipline. And this, again, kind of like the discipline video, consistency starts with the everyday. And the best example that I can give of this is just going to the gym. That's one of the best things you can do, because most likely it's not something that you really want to do. It's something that you have to work hard while doing, so it's uncomfortable. And that is the best type of consistency to try and build, is doing something uncomfortable that you don't want to be doing. Okay? I've said many times before, this is a self-improvement journey. Go do something that makes you uncomfortable. If you don't like reading, I hate reading. I'm trying to read 2 books this summer. I was trying to read 3, but I'm realizing that might not be in my current bandwidth with the amount of content I'm also trying to make. So I'm trying to read 2 books this summer because I don't like to read. And, do something that makes you uncomfortable and something that you don't want to have to do. Most of the time, for a lot of people, that's the gym. I personally, I like working out, but, I don't always want to do what I have to do every day, And so, consistency, discipline is doing the uncomfortable thing. Consistency is, after 1 week, you're still doing it. Because you're going to watch this video and get, motivated on the fact, and watch a bunch of these videos and get motivated with, I want to be a profitable day trader, so I'm going to listen to what Tate's saying, and I'm going to go do something uncomfortable in my day-to-day so that I can be a better trader. Okay? That's not a bad mindset, but that doesn't last that long, right? It's easy to act off of motivation. It's not as easy, once that motivation is gone, to continue doing the same thing. So today, for consistency, first of all, that was kind of the life behind being consistent. In trading, it's different, right? We want to be consistent on the charts by, first and foremost, don't switch strategies. Pick a strategy that makes sense to you. And again, it might not be mine. Pick a strategy that makes sense to you and learn it and stick with it. Don't switch strategies. If you see top ticking and bottom ticking on TikTok, bro, don't switch to that strategy just because that's what you want to do, right? Just because you want to make a bunch of money and be able to top tick and bottom tick like everyone else. Okay? If you've been with a strategy for 3 months Don't go switch to some TikTok strategy you've been seeing on your For You page. Sorry. Find a strategy that works. Obviously, if the strategy is not working clearly, you're doing everything right, and you've back tested and the win rate isn't there, then stop with the strategy. Find one that works, but then stick to that strategy, okay? And that's the first step of consistency, honestly. What's the second step? Is honestly having a plan, and I want to make a risk management video because it's very important. Have a plan on what you're going to do and stick to your plan, right? Stick to your trading strategy. The more consistent you are with risk, with execution of your trading strategy, the more it will become second nature to you. And honestly, the easier it will be to maintain your emotions. Okay? So stay consistent in your day-to-day life and do something uncomfortable, but do it after the motivation is gone. And build that consistency of doing something uncomfortable every day. Then on the charts, be consistent with execution, be consistent with trading strategy, and it'll bring you a long way, I promise you. One thing that I don't want to do every day, to be honest, is make these videos. I don't have the most fun making these because I don't really need to. I don't need to be teaching anyone, and I also don't need to teach myself. This is something that not necessarily makes me uncomfortable because it's not that hard, but like it takes time out of my day, and my time is valuable to me. Time is the most valuable currency, and I'm taking time out of my day to do this consistently, although sometimes I don't post consistently like at the same hour of the day, right? But to post these daily, okay? So what you can do is be consistent on the charts so that you can become a profitable day trader, and then I get my rep boost. That's the transaction here. So be consistent, stay patient, like we've said, stay disciplined, and I promise you will pay off. All right. The most important thing, to finish this out, I know this is a short video, the most important thing, stay consistent on the charts. Stick to your risk. When we get to the strategy, right? Stick to your risk, stick to your strategy, stick to where you are placing take profit and stop losses, and we'll get to all of that. But okay, stay consistent. Don't get complacent, right? Okay. Short video for you guys today. I'm sorry that I was driving. Tomorrow's for value gaps. That's fun. Look forward to it. Take this short day as a good breather, and maybe go watch the liquidity video again. That was an extremely good video. Okay? That should clarify everything you need to know for liquidity. I'll go look at those comments and address any questions if I haven't already. And we'll move on for value gaps tomorrow. Thank you, boys. Peace.